Sounds so official. Let me go ahead and share our agenda. I sent it out this morning, but if you haven't had to see it, it's not crazy robust today, everybody, but welcome, welcome, welcome. I know I have a message in the chat. I know some people have some conflicts today. Any minute that you're able to be here with us is a great minute. And so don't worry if you need to log off at any point. We try to record everything and post it. And by all means, we try to be accessible if at any time you have any questions or any comments or just anything. Please don't ever hesitate to connect. I'll put my cell in the chat just so everybody has it. I'm assuming everybody does, but I don't know. I know that comes in handy sometimes if you want to text about something or, if something's coming up and you need some support. So welcome everybody. Good morning, LA region. It is great to see everyone today. I thought it'd be good for us to start off with just some quick introductions because I know some of our campuses are having some shifts and change in leadership for their teacher preparation programs. So I want to make sure that we're taking an inclusive approach and making sure that we all get to know each other a little bit in this process. So good morning again, everybody. My name is Renee Marshall, and I work with El Camino College as a consultant on teacher preparation through a couple of their projects, and I'm excited to be here today. Yadira, you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Thursday. We're almost there. I want to welcome everybody to the region. I am Yadira Arellano. I coordinate teach El Camino at El Camino College, and I am the lead for the project.
Why don't you hand it over?
Let's see. I should play my little, what do you call it? I play it for my students, but let's go ahead and give it to Laura.
Hello, can you hear me?
Totally.
Okay, good. Hi, I'm Laura Manson with Santa Monica College, and I'm not officially with this region, right? I mean, the collaborative, but I'm here as support and advocate. So,
yes.
Laura, you and I are part of the special group. We're like the outsider insiders.
Yes.
No, you guys are not. You guys are part of the group. Are you kidding me?
Amanda.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Amanda Andrade. I'm here from ELAC, taking over for Myra. And I'm sort of an outsider insider too, because actually I'm not a child development specialist. I teach in a different discipline in family consumer studies. So I have a lot to learn still, and I'm really happy to be here with the group. I see a couple familiar faces, but thank you again for having me.
Amanda, what type of classes do you teach under family consumer science?
I usually teach marriage and family or nutrition or gerontology. So sort of the other end of the age spectrum, but I have kids, so, anyway.
Excellent. Now, is that like, what is the discipline considered then? Are you hired under like psychology or?
No, at our campus, it's child, family, and education studies. So we have, so we have family consumer, we have education, and we have child development at our school. So, yeah.
The whole continuum. Fantastic. As a developmentalist, I love it even more than when we a lot of times we'll go, oh, we've got 0 to 8, or we've got 0 to high school. And it's like, no, it's a big old continuum. So that's fantastic. Totally. Well, welcome, Amanda. We are thrilled that you are here today. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
And feel free to hand it over to whoever. Yeah.
Let's see. How about Bobby?
I muted myself. Sorry. I'm Bobby Becca. I work at El Camino College. I'm kind of an outsider insider too, because I'm the director of the Grants Development and Management Office. But I write the proposals that we try to get money for the teacher preparation programs, sometimes statewide. So, and I also maintain the statewide California Community College Teacher Preparation Programs website. Yeah, so if you need anything changed on the website, I'm in the process of, I think I'm going to make it a link off of the locator map page. I'm going to make a page for each region. So that if there's things regionally that people want posted, we can have them there, videos or whatever it might be. Marianne.
Good morning, everybody. Like all of you, I'm an outsider insider. I'm the director of the Institute for Completion at Citrus College. I think I was given this group because I was in teacher prep. I taught several different classes in a K-12 credential program at Chapman University for 11 years. And before that, I was a district administrator in Placentia, Yorba Linda, overseeing all the second language programs and bilingual programs. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm going to only be here for a short time this morning, but I'll enjoy while I'm here. Thank you.
Are you so excited to see what CDE is doing with second language right now? Like, it's like we're
I am.
finally back on track.
Yeah,
We were just protesting in the 90s when they were pulling all our programs, you know?
I lived through English for the children and could wallpaper a bathroom with all the nasty letters I got from Ron Unz because our programs actually grew. We doubled the number of bilingual programs we had post Prop, what was it, 187 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I resigned because finally the superintendent caved to the pressure. And when she told me we needed to drop all the bilingual programs, I said, oh, okay, great. That doesn't work with my philosophical point of view. So here's my resignation. And I left.
Oh, good for you. I mean, I know that was probably one of the hardest decisions, but at the same time,
it was
it's
the
also
right
an
thing to
easy
do. I
decision when it's
wasn't
the
gonna
right thing to
I
do.
wasn't gonna do a job that I didn't believe in because I was showing a lot of other teachers that, you know, the money's more important, what you know from the research, what your programs tell you doesn't matter. And I wasn't gonna do that. So anyway, how about Leticia?
Hi, folks. I came a little bit late, so sorry about that. I think it's just a general introduction, yeah?
Totally.
Awesome. So my name is Leticia Rojas Leti, and I am education faculty and Hickson teacher prep coordinator at Pasadena City College. It's just my second year finishing that up, and I came to this program, or to your collective and your collaborative, just from the last conference, and I've been trying to figure out ways to build community across different schools. So I'm excited to be here. And I'm not sure who hasn't gone. Megan?
Hi. Megan Kaplinski from Long Beach City College. I get to coordinate our teacher prep program through this awesome group grant, and I am the incoming department head for my department, and I teach education classes.
Megan, you can pass it.
Sorry, I came late as well,
Oh, no,
and
okay.
so I wasn't sure who didn't go yet.
I don't think LaShawn's gone and Marini hasn't gone.
All right, LaShawn.
And Kimberly.
LaShawn is in office hours with his students, so I just replied back. So let's give it to somebody else.
Okay, Marini.
Perfect.
Good morning.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Marini Smith, and I am faculty at West Los Angeles College. I teach child development and education. I'm also the Title V STEM teacher prep coordinator and the Child Development Club advisor. Welcome, everyone.
Good morning, Marini.
Good morning.
And Kimberly.
Hi, everyone. I am part of the collaborative, so I am an insider, I guess, now, but pretty recent to my role as the education department chair at Cerritos Community College. I also work with our teacher track program carefully. I don't run it fully. I have Colleen McKinley at the helm to help with that, but I am very involved in the program and have been since its inception 20 years ago. So I'm happy to be here.
Hey, Kimberly, are you receiving emails from me? I'm having issues with Cerritos where a lot of my emails are kicking back, and I don't know if it's like kicking back but going through. Do you know what I mean?
I got all the messages about this meeting. I do know they've like updated their system to try and collect spam, but it's causing all kinds of havoc for us.
Okay, I ran into issues with you guys for Teach for LA. Like it was getting kicked back every single message that had an attachment or any picture in it or anything. It was crazy.
We have to make sure they whitelist that.
Yeah.
Whatever, like if that happens again, maybe email me or Colleen or both of us.
Okay.
So they whitelist that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I contacted those 2 faculty members that we were talking about for that panel, and I haven't heard from them yet. And so I was wondering if maybe and I've heard from the other 4 faculty from other campuses. So I'm wondering if maybe I'm getting blocked on that message. So would you mind if I forwarded it to you today,
Sure,
just to
go
make
ahead.
sure it's going through to them? Okay,
Sure.
awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. I love these meetings because we can troubleshoot this kind of stuff on the spot. So I appreciate it. Is there anyone else? I'm looking through the list of participants right now. I hope has everybody had a chance to introduce? Okay. If I missed anybody, please chime in at any time, or if anybody joins and we want to make sure that they can introduce. So welcome everybody. Thrilled to have you here today. Thanks for accommodating the change in the schedule. We found out recently that quite a few of our campuses are not working on Fridays this summer, and they're doing a condensed calendar. So trying to respect that by moving the meeting to Thursday, and we appreciate that. Wanted to give everyone an update on Strong Workforce Program. Yadira and Bobby, are you okay if I give this update?
Yeah.
Okay,
Please
Bobby, are
do.
you okay if I give it? Okay.
If
I'm
we
more
give
than
it, it's not gonna
okay.
be pretty.
I got to be honest. I almost want to. I'm going to stop share so you can see my face.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I
'cause if
almost want to
give it,
stop recording, but I won't. So, Strong Workforce Program was pretty surreal this time for us. Just so everybody knows. I'm going to be really honest about, or I was going to be trying to be as honest as possible about explaining what happened, but also explaining our rationale. So the Strong Workforce Program this year decided to do a different approach to how the scoring and whatnot happened. If we rewind just to last year, we think we found the origin of this change. We're not 100% sure though, because we're not voting members. So this is speculation. But last year, when the projects went through to the first round, they had, there was already a ranking given before they went to voting members. And we have to be really honest about this. This was last year. Okay, so not this year. TPP was rated the lowest on the list. And when we found out, we were like, hold up, there's like 13 applications. And by all means, we were not number 1, but there was no way we were dead bottom on the list. It was a solid application. I mean, Bob, like a lot of us have been writing grants for a long time, and like a half-ass one versus a solid one where you're hitting every metric and really trying to prove everything. So it was really frustrating because we're like, at that point last year, we thought we were out for the count. Well, then the projects then officially moved to the voters last year, and suddenly TPP was ranked in the middle.
The CEO voters.
The CEO voters. And then suddenly TPP was ranked in the middle. It was right at the cutoff for the funding. So as everybody knows, we didn't get funded at full amount for this year, but we received partial funding that we delegated out to the campuses in what we thought was a fiscally responsible way, given that I think it was like we received 15% of the amount that we requested. So it was a significantly smaller number. Anyway, so that happened last year, right? So fast forward to this year, and the Los Angeles region has determined that they were going to go through a series of meetings called compression meetings that were meant to be planning meetings. They were 2 half-day meetings where Yadira was there and Bobby was there for the first one. It was a 4-hour session, and I was there for the second session, which was, I believe, either 3.5 or 4 hours. We were explicitly told during these meetings to not push our initiatives or our programs or our projects forward, that this was more about looking at the North Stars in terms of strategic planning for the region and trying to figure out where the strongest investments would be based on the North Stars of the region and based on the guidance of the Chancellor's Office and, of course, labor market data. So we went to these meetings with, open mind. I will be totally honest when I tell you the day that I was there for the 4-hour meeting or however long that was, we were working with jam boards, we were doing breakout groups, we were doing all this collaboration, and people were pushing projects. I'm not going to lie. And it started to slot in ways, and it was kind of weird. So I was trying to align what we do to showcase how it matches what we're talking about. But at the same time, it wasn't explicitly like we had a chance to say, here's how teacher prep meets these markers, it meets these indicators, nothing like that. So at that point, it felt like it was still all in process. So move forward a little bit. And from these compression meetings, the region had determined a list of, what's the right way to say them? It's not priority projects.
They called it a preliminary slate of projects.
Okay, so they created a preliminary slate of projects, and these were the investment categories that were based on the compression planning. And so at that point, there was like a list of projects that suddenly were like, well, here's what we're thinking about moving forward. This is the slate of projects for the region. And the idea was to collectively agree on projects and then move them forward to the voting parties so that the voting parties would either agree or disagree with the projects, but basically like create the slate before it even goes to the vote, as opposed to submitting random applications from different projects, having the vote, and then suddenly the slate appears. Do you know what I mean? So it was a little bit in a different sequence. So at that point, we were told that we were not on the slate of projects moving forward. And the slate of projects was quantified exactly to the $12+ million that we already had allocated in the region. It was exact match for what was going to move forward. So it really looked like there wasn't a place. But then with the May revise, we also know that Strong Workforce got an additional allocation, which at first we thought was a 5% increase, which would have been $600,000 for our region. We later found out it was almost a 10% increase, so it was closer to $1.2 million of an increase for our region. So we thought, oh, these are going to be extra funds. Let's go ahead and try to go out for this 600,000. At first, we thought it was 600. We could do a lot with TPP with $600,000 with our 14 campuses that are working together, you know? And so we did a full proposal, and we submitted it, and we were told that we were and actually, before I even say this, the whole time that this was happening, we kept questioning and saying, wait, so can we still apply? Like, are we still, and we were never told that we could not apply. It was like, well, this is the slate, but yeah, applications are still going to be allowed. And so then it kind of felt like we thought, oh, well, maybe, you know, everybody else is taking this 12 million. Maybe we can get some of the crumbs that are falling, that are additional funds that weren't anticipated. And so we were explicitly told after we submitted the proposal that we were not going to be in the running at all. They pulled our proposal out. The region took the additional $1.2 million and allocated it to the projects that were already on the slate. So at this point, we do not think we will be funded in this round of SWP. We have tried to do as much as possible to remain, you know, in very good terms with all of the members of the region. We absolutely know that we ruffled some feathers. It was not intentional, though. Our understanding was that what we were doing was on the outskirts, but not out of boundaries, if that makes sense. Like, we knew that it was a little bit off because we weren't on the slate, but we followed the process and procedures and were once again not included. I'm just going to say it. We weren't included. And even though we show up, we show up, we are at every meeting. I mean, I'm even on subcommittees with the region, helping with employer relations. I mean, like, we're trying to be full partners. Right now, there's a transition with our regional leadership. And so we're going into all these meetings, trying to meet the new regional lead and trying to, you know, really establish a good relationship with her. Because I don't want it to start off that, you know, she thinks that we're a problem program or something like that, because we're just going to have to show a little bit stronger why we're in good investment. And this actually goes to the next point on the agenda. Our communication with our campus leads is we have breaks right now. So we're all doing good work, and the people who run our region have no idea what we're doing. And here's the hard thing. We try to send emails. We try to be like inclusive. It's not sufficient. They need to have touch. They need to have direct touch with the leaders on their campus that are running teacher preparation, to let let your CTE deans know what's going on, let your VP know what's going on. Like, anybody who's a person of power and a person who gets the opportunity to make decisions, we have to be advertising ourselves all the time. I mean, it's like, it was so crazy to go through this process where we're literally being out for the count, and we're like, wait, we just ran a conference with 37 workshops and 1,000 attendees, and we have data from 250 surveys from this one thing. And like we're solid. We do good stuff. We're making a difference, but our value is not seen. We are not valued enough to be investable at this point. And that's an issue because we all need funding. And I have to be honest too, it's really frustrating to get locked out of SWP when teacher preparation was one of the groups that they sent to Sacramento to advocate for this legislation. We went and spoke to Senate about passing SWP in order to get these funds. So it's just ironic that we're being shut out because we were one of the voices to help push this forward. And I don't mean to be taking a huge amount of credit for that. That was a massive team of people that pushed SWP forward, but we were there and we went to meetings and we did all sorts of things to be included. So Bobby and Yadira, is there anything I left out or anything else that you want to share about this? I don't want it to be like doomsday because this is just another round. We've had other years where we were left out of other rounds. We all have funding that goes till the end till the end of next school year. So through June of next year, hopefully maybe we'll have another chance to try and get some other funds passed then that we can, maybe there'll be a small gap. But hopefully we can just, once the next round comes up, maybe we can then apply and get it for the next section after that. But Bobby and Yadira, anything else to say or share?
I was going to say, and thank you so much, Renee, for speaking so professionally and eloquently, because I think that if I would have shared, I would have not been very professional. But I think that we did ruffle a lot of feathers, and I think it's because we really spoke up. And we spoke up about, why we are not being included. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, but I think people don't want us to speak up. I did want to say that they did mention that we didn't meet their North Star requirements that they say we didn't meet. And I know that Bobby so eloquently made sure that we pointed out why we qualify and what were the North Stars we did qualify. So I just wanted to point that out and say it's not our work. I think our work is that we're doing is the right work. We are honestly, I feel like we do so much with the little bit that we are given, and we do massive things. And so I think we just gotta, like Renee mentioned, be a little bit more stronger. I think it's time for us to really speak up. I don't think it's time for us to kind of sit back and just stay quiet because they asked us not to do something. I think if not now, then when? We need to really step up. And even if we ruffled feathers, I don't think we did anything wrong. Yes, we were called in by our deans. Yes, it went all the extra mile, but it's okay. Like I mentioned to my dean as well, is I don't feel like I did anything wrong. I followed process. Just because the process changed and I wasn't notified doesn't mean that I did anything wrong. So I just wanted to say that. And Bobby, I don't know if you want to say anything else.
Well, I wanted to say that we didn't do anything wrong.